Good morning, it's William Vinson. Would like for you to look down below this video and there's a subscribe and a like button. If you push both of them, give you time, and we'll talk to you a little bit about this past week. It's been a few days since I made a video. I've learned a new way to do these kinds of things. I know that everybody needs training in some sort of area, and you know, I've heard this expression recently, probably in the last week. You know, you didn't just get thrown a set of keys to learn how to drive. Somebody sat in the seat next to you and taught you that very patiently, probably too. You know, when I was in school, we learned from driver's education in high school. When we got old enough to get a learner's permit, we got that and went down there, and they worked with us and taught us to take some of the stress off our parents, people that are trained, I guess, to train people how to do that. I imagine their nerves are shot. I've seen some of the drivers on the interstate, man, it's hard to imagine they ever had any training at all. But anyway, this past week and a half or so, first off, I got an email that said I needed to do some things, some homework things, to be able to go to the branding seminar, and that was something that I know I needed. You're going to need it one day too, to go to the branding and get personally branded. And there was some things I needed to do, and I only had a few days to do it, and it took a lot of time to do it, so I didn't get to make any videos. And then the branding seminar, and that was all day for 2 days, and then 3 days for the Mastermind, and then a day of driving on both ends of that. So I slept pretty good last night, and I gained some weight too, because I didn't do nothing but sit around and learn. I guess you can't lose weight just by exercising your brain, can you? So here I am home again and back to doing what I do. I've got some video clips. As soon as I figure out how to get them into my computer, I can't even figure out how to get them uploaded yet. The upload button doesn't work, but I know there's something in there I need to do, and I'm gonna do that and figure it out. And hopefully you'll find you have interest in this. You know, one of the things that we talked about was we got a different mindset than most people do. You know, we're not just content with just sitting around making that little bit of money that you know you're going to have to do for the next 30 years or 40 years or however long it is till you retire. You're going to make a little bit of money that just barely keeps you alive, and then the government's got you ready for that too, because they're just barely going to give you enough money to do it again. So it's like changing from one bad thing to another bad thing. I learned when I got on disability, it just ain't enough. There's not enough. You got to have an alternative source of income. So I guess if you're lucky enough to have one of those jobs that have a retirement, you'll have 2 paychecks then, your SSI and your retirement check. But I don't know how much that'd be, because I never stuck with anything long enough to be able to get a retirement check, even if they'd have offered it, because my mind needed to be stimulated every day. And once I learned how to do something, I was ready to move on. I didn't want to stick with it no more. It got boring then. So here I am. I don't think I'm going to get bored with this, at least not anytime soon. And I'm too old now to be learning too much more, because my brain don't function in the absorption anymore. It's kind of stuck in the mode that it's been in. I wish I hadn't tore my body up so bad, but I'm dealing with that too. But I've got some videos as soon as I learn how to work that app. You know, they didn't even have computers when I was working and all that. I think about the first one I had in '95 to go in the office, and then had somebody else teach my secretary how to work the computer, because they were so new then. Remember, big, bulky, huge machines. And now we can hold it in the palm of our hand. Isn't that amazing? So anyway, I've got some videos in this thing in my hand that I'm gonna have to figure out how to get out of there and into the computer so that I can upload them so y'all can watch them too. Clips from the Mastermind, clips from the branding, some thoughts of mine while I was driving, so you get to be bored good watching me drive and talk to you. So, and I've got some other education things I got to go in and do too. But you know, it's all part of learning what we had to learn. I wonder how long it took you to learn whatever it is you know, or whatever it is you're doing for an income anyway, especially if you're a professional of some sort. Accountants and teachers and things of that nature. It takes a while, don't it? Doctors and lawyers. I got a daughter that went to school probably about 8 years before she's a lawyer now, but went to school for a long time just to get to what she wanted to be. I don't know. In her case, she was smart enough to be able to get scholarships, but most of us aren't that smart. We have to pay for it and end up with a truckload of debt when we get done too. This is a whole lot better than that. At least you're not going to end up with a truckload of debt, because it's not really that expensive. It takes more in time than it does in money. Anyway, I'm going to post this and work on those other things, and I'll be back as soon as I get a moment and talk to you some more. Have a good day.